manka. Honorable Elisha Odhiambo, Member of Parliament Game. Joshua Ron, Kisumu Central. Deputy Party Leader, Senator Osotsi Vihiga. Honorable Adumo Wur Nyakach. We no bena ye non in the class ni kechinenja class ato wenyako maber kamade. Honorable Eva Obara. Pamoja. Kichwa moja degree 6. Hallelujah. Honorable Shakil Shabir. Wonomogo. Member of Parliament Kisumu East. Senator Moses Kajwang. Senator Oseso, Homa Bay County. Honorable Benziba Kisauni. Honorable Badi from Jomvu. The youngest Gen Z in town, Honorable Boyd Were. Chude. Aye. Wamama hai. Aye. Honorable Member of Parliament of Embakasi, Honorable Babu Owena. Hello. Then finally. Hello. Hello. Wamama. Vijana Mogik. Honorable, the latest also Member of Parliament from Ugunja, Honorable Moses Omondi Ranere. Is there any other member that I may have left out? Member of Parliament, Iyala, Nyathi Baba. May buried soul rest in eternal peace.
Thank you, Whip. Jothurwa. Karwini kanyo dongudwa mede chumbi. Awinjo. Allow me to acknowledge the presence of a very good friend of our beloved leader, His Excellency Engineer Dr. Raila Amolo Odinga. He has come all the way from India, Mr. Rahul Koka. Wherever you are, kindly, sir. Mr. Rahul. Mr. Rahul, wherever you are, sir. Thank you. He has made a trip all the way from India to condole with us. Mheshimiwa Kajwang Moses, kindly, on behalf of senators.
Speak today because this is still a church function. So I want to thank the Catholic Church and the leaders of the other denominations. I've seen the Vicar Nyamira Parish and the other religious leaders, to the nuclear family of our beloved sister Beryl and the children Chizi, Ami and Raila Jr. Party leader Oburu Oginga, and with you. We wish we could keep coming in happier times. We have hoped over the years that we could come here for grand celebrations. But God has planned that we come back after 40 days for this kind of function. May the Lord, you have carried the burden of this nation. When Beryl gets a public appointment, she is not seen as another member of this family, including Winnie, when she gets an appointment to go to the East Africa Legislative Assembly, it is seen from the prism of nepotism, rather than from the fact that they are competent, that they are accomplished, and they are citizens of this country who also deserve to hold public office. As a family, will not go in vain. Mama Berly has been described by many, and I think to Kalonzo Musyoka. And I hope that Kalonzo Musyoka will explain to us why she let go of such a beautiful woman. And is coming back here on the day of her. You see, many people have said things that Raila told them. But there's one thing Raila also told us about Kalonzo Musyoka. He told us not to scandalize, not to attack, and not to antagonize Kalonzo Musyoka. And that is why, in the Senate, the deputy leader of minority in the Senate is still Senator Enoch Wambua, a member of Wiper. In the National Assembly, the deputy leader of minority is still the Honorable Mbui, a member of Wiper. Your Excellency, I hope today you will also tell us what you had planned with Raila, because inaonekana kuna kitu mlikuwa mmepanga. Sisi hatuna ubaya na wewe mheshimiwa, and perhaps we only fear some of the friends that you keep. But otherwise, as a person, you are not a bad person. Adwani arwak senators manka, toka poka arwakogi, to yena uru awache wach moro gi dholuo. Awachi koso kikawachi. Jaduong' Oburu gi min piny yena. Awach niya. Mae saa moganda wa kaka joluo. Nyaka wabed motang'. Nyaka wabed mariek. Nyaka wabed mochich. Nyoro ne watieko siasa kasipul gi Ugunja. Ma wakonfirm ni Kaluo ka juogi mar Raila gi Jaramogi pod wuothe kindwa. Ma wakonfirm no ganda Luo duto te odgi en chama ni confirm no ganda Luo duto te Luo Oburu Oginga kaka party leader marwa e ODM. Toka koro watieko wechego, Your Excellency party leader, aneno ka nyawawa moro koro dwaringe kor pinka. Nyawawa moro dwaringe kor pinka. Gik moko nitie ok wadwa koko Kaluo. Waneno ni jok moko ng'anyo koni, jok moko ng'anyo kocha, jok moko ng'anyo kocha, ni manyo kingpin ma Kaluo. To kingpin ma Kaluo manade to ka Jaramogi ka pod ji nitie. Kingpin manade to Oburu Oginga ni ka. Kingpin manade to min piny pod ngima. En kingpin mane to Junior gi Winnie gi joka Jaramogi pod ni ka. Ing'eyo ni kata le mane nam kare riek molowa. Enam kacha iyudo kanyang odak gi rao kendo odak gi rech. To wato Kaluo ka jowa moko dwa chalo mbuta, madwa chamo gik moko te magiromo go. E siasa wa, e chama wa mar ODM ka, wan wang'eyo kuma baba nowewae, William Ruto bende nigi joge, wami ng'atore, rech bende odak kore. We atieki ni oganda Luo Jaramogi noriwo mobedo gimoro achiel. Cultural leadership mar Luo ni e lwet Ker Manzagi Central siasa machon mane Jaramogi nosetieko Kaluo. Mano to wakwero kendo wakwedo. Mang'ata ng'ata maoro gi wawacho ni setani ashindo. Senator Beatrice Ogola nika owacho no fuaya. Senator Mavi Higa Kajwang, Honorable Otienda Moka, Senator Osotsi, Deputy Party Leader.
Hello. The family of Jaramogi, led by our party leader, Oburu Odinga, the church, and all the mourners. Hamjambo. Hebu salamia mimi kwa hewa. Asante sana. Aya, najua invited by a fellow colleague. And that's why Moses has invited me. I want to start by passing my own condolence and my family to the entire Jaramogi's family for the loss of this beautiful soul, Madam Beryl Odinga. And I also to come here. Senator for Nairobi, Senator Edwin Sifuna, has delivered, and he has said pole to Dr. Oburu, pole to Mama Haida and the entire family. I also have condolences from the CS Wycliffe Oparanya, who is burying 10 people who died in an accident in Kakamega. And then I also have an apology, condolence. Mmepokea salamu ya Simba? So mine is very brief. I know Beryl when our party leader was still alive. And we thought that maybe she will go ahead of Raila. But God's plan to the family, I know God will be with you. This is a trying moment, but stand firm, God is with you. That many are saying a lot of things about ODM. I've heard others say that now because Baba is not there, they are going to invade our territories. A hostile takeover. I want to tell those people today that we may look weak because we are still mourning our party leader. We have a shock of losing our party leader. But ODM, now usione Simba amenyeshewa. After all this, we will sit sana. Mungu awabariki.
Thank you, Mwami Nyasaya Kulinde. Allow me to acknowledge the presence of our friends who have supported us from the Equity Bank, led by Cynthia, Tony Mukundi, Martin Adipo, Nixon Seko, and a former schoolmate of mine, the MD, Moses Nyabanda, has been very helpful. Allow me to invite the Cabinet Secretary for Energy and Petroleum Affairs to acknowledge all officials, CSS and PSS, and officials of the national government. Welcome, sir.
Hi. The family of Beryl, the family, the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga family kwa jumla, viongozi, watabaka mbalimbali, wakiwemo governors, chairman of ODM, Governor Gladys Wanga, mwenyekiti au kiongozi wa chama cha Wiper, Mheshimiwa His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka, mwenyekiti au kiongozi wa chama cha DAP, Mheshimiwa Eugene Wamalwa, na viongozi wote na wananchi watukufu. Hamjambo. I will be very brief. I just want to say that on my own behalf and on behalf of the National Government, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga family, I am aware that the party leader, Dr. Oburu Oginga, who is also our senator in Siaya, has had a conversation with His Excellency the President, and His Excellency the President is obviously mourning with you. Let me say this. Family Mar Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, one Kakajo Luo, we owe you a lot. Jinyano uoya. Toji kongeo kama pinyi ni oae. Gikama entie, kod kama negodhie. One Turuaka, all political pilgrimage. ok birumo kiny, ok birumo ruecha. Onjore uru. Kendo adwa wacho ni kayande Baba Raila wewa prematurely. Luckily enough, Dr. Oburu Oginga took over the leadership of ODM. Wadwaro mondo Dr. Oburu Oginga omilwor mare makende. Omiye koso kikimiye. Mondo tawa kwa dhimbele kucho. Togi maduonga inya katieko. Nikech ana represent national government. Gima wadwaro thurwaka is unity of purpose. First, to remain united. First, as a people. Secondly, as a party. And finally, as a country. We have no option but to do that. That is the only way we shall cement the legacy of Baba and now his sister Berly. Minpin Mama Ida Odinga, we salute you for your continued mentorship. We owe you a lot. And we continue praying for you, having known what you are going through. Katieko, Adwaro, Mondo, Washmar Gwindro, Koko Mangeny, Matimre Turwaka Obed Maonge. Wadimbele, Kawariore, Kanyakela Kakajoluo, Mondo Wachop, Kamonego Wachope, Lake Mane Baba Duaro. Kawatiyo, Esirikal, Mar President William Samoe Ruto. Eru Kamanaina.
Kindly, CS, may I seek your indulgence to acknowledge the other officials of national government. Thank you, sir.
I have been asked to acknowledge all the national government officials who are here, and I will do exactly that. We have my own sister, the Cabinet Secretary for the East Africa Community and Regional Cooperation, Mheshimiwa Beatrice Askul, all the way from Turkana. Ndio huyo. Vile vile tunaye Principal Secretary wa State Department of Medical Services, Daktari Oumo Luga ako pale. Vile vile tunaye Principal Secretary anayesimamia masuala ya East Africa Community, Mheshimiwa at the office of the President, and our own son here, Mheshimiwa Joe Oaka Ager, yuko hapa. Tunaye Commissioner wa Commission on Revenue Allocation, Daktari Jalango Midiwo. He's here with his brother, Professor Gweno Midiwo, and they are also family members of the Jaramogis. Wao na machache, asanteni. Muendelee. Nani amebaki? Huh? Oh. Sorry. Tunaye Principal Secretary wa Youth Affairs, State Department for Youth Affairs, Mheshimiwa Fikirini Jacobs, all the way from Kilifi County. Vile vile tunaye Special or Senior Advisor in the Economic Council at the Office of the President, Daktari Sylvester Kasuku. Aya, asanteni.
Thank you, CS. CS Uduno Tobetinien Neokawe. Without much ado, allow me to invite the good governor of Siaya County, His Excellency Senior Counsel, James Agre Orengo.
Ero kamana henya, asanteni sana, the family of Berly Odinga and the larger Odinga family, led by the party leader, Dr. Oburu Oginga, and Minpin, Dr. Ida Odinga. All the leadership of political parties who are here, led by Dr. Kalonzo Musyoka Senior Council, and our party leaders who are here. The deputy party leader has been introduced, Mheshimiwa Sosi, and we have our deputy party leader from Mombasa, Ambassador Amnasir, and the chairman of the party, Nyasona. Higher. I've been given the responsibility of now conducting the final phase of speeches, and permit me to invite the governor from Migori, Achieng Ochila yako. Karibu sana, karibu sana.
Nyasaye ber mwema na kila wakati. Asante sana kwa watu wa Siaya na sana sana familia ya Jaramogi Oginga Odinga ikiongozwa na party leader wetu na Mama Aida, His Excellency the party leader of Wiper Party, Dr. Kalonzo Musyoka, mawaziri wale wako hapa, ndugu yangu wa Malwa kijana, Nyawanga ya party leader na kila mtu, hamjambo. Hello. Erokamano. Watu wa kanisa musiwe na wasiwasi. Leo mazishi ya leo, ingawa wanasiasa wanashtumiwa, leo tunazika kwa jamii ya kisiasa mar Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Donge jo siasa nika. I want to take this opportunity to thank this family for the sacrifice they have made for us and for this nation. I want to particularly thank Min Piny. Min Piny, you are from Migori, and I've come here specifically to stand with you as a person from Migori who represents us here. I want to thank Dr. Oburu Odinga as my party leader and clansman, so I also wear the hat of the clan of Sakwa, and just Sakwa Migori. Omioka biro ka, an benda biro dala, ne jo Sakwa duto mosur wahinya. Koro nataka kusema tu machache ya kisiasa, kwa sababu tuko kwa harakati ya siasa. Tuko kwa harakati ya nini? Siasa inataka tushikane pamoja, tuungane pamoja, na tutembee pamoja. Na hii eneo, umoja wetu, nguvu yetu, na kila kitu yetu ni ODM. Hebu nione kwa mkono wana ODM wale wako hapa. Asante sana. Asante sana. Asante sana. Asante sana. Nasema hivyo kwa sababu nafahamu na natambua huyu mama ambayo tunamheshimu na tunamshirikisha leo kama mwana ODM. Ukweli ama sio ukweli? Kwa hivyo sisi kama wana ODM tuchukue hii nafasi, tutembee pamoja na tusiruhusu mtu yoyote tutawanye. Uwinjo kikwa iye ng'ato mora mora mondo pogwa kaka ng'o. Mondo pogwa kaka ng'o. Kora dwamna wacho matin tatieko. Analuongora gi ni Pindra nikech Pindra en aluru mathuon. Maka gik moko richo tochiwo warning ne moko ni gimo marach wuok e tiende ka. Aringo taneno tachich ni nitiere ng'at moro moko ero riwruok wani. Unbe uneno ng'ano? Nitiere ng'at moro moko rewang'o? Tadwa kwayo jo-ODM duto kata oganda duto ni riwruogni ema nyalo tero wa e dwar mwachop kuro kanyakla. Wan ei Migori County wan dhoudi omiyo nyocha kotim yiero Kasipul, kotim yiero Pwani kocha, kotim yiero Ugenya ka, taneno ka riwruogno obwogo ng'ato. Akwayo ng'ano ni mondo hera riwruogno, nikech riwruok ang'o? Ni riwruok ang'o? Ni to kwasebede tekono, ji duto bro konyore, ma ok ng'at achiel kende ma konyore. Adwaro wacho katieko ni kama koro wantiere mwadhi e mbele ni, ber kawago mbaka gi jomoko kawan kanyakla to jogo be ni kanye. Kiwuok ni dhi go mbaka gi ng'at machielo to in kendi tiyo tirep, mano be inyalo go mbaka malong'o. Ema kela wacho party leader ni tarik 15, tarik 16, tarik 17 Desemba ni Migori ema host the 5th edition mar Piny Luo. Party leader, kababa nyocho sebedo maonge mi bedo party leader, ine patron mar Piny Luo. Adieri kose ok adieri? Awinjo ka jodongo moko matin ochokore piny Homa Bay ni gin bende gi wuok ni gidhi manyo gimoro ei Homa Bay kacha. To wan gi jodongo ma osechanowa, ma wasebedo gi ker marwa, ma wagene Piny Luo, ni to kapok watimo bura makamano, ni to jodongo moko bendo chokore, ni giwacho wach machielo, giketho ganda ni kose ok gikethi. Emomiyo ang'eni in gi lit, to kata in gi lit kamano in go teku. Akwayi ni ng'ata ma oro jodongo go nochokre ni pogo joluo, mondo joluo kigidhi e piny gi koriworegi. Kangi wuoyo gi jomoko ka, kangi go kodi kacha, kegi no okethre kose kikethre. Donge wangi duto wang'eyo ni kerwa en ng'a? Ung'eyo kerwa? En ng'a? En ng'a? Awinjo ni moro bochokore kamoro ni dwa bedo ker. Duyie gi wachno? Emomiyo akwayo ni wan kaka oganda wariure, to jogo madhogi ondwatore kata gin jodongo mohero kado, hore uru, weuru hero kada ahinya, riuru mondo uung kero dungi randa obed kerwa, mondo kawadhi e Piny Luo mar 5 mitimo Migori County, to waduto wadhi kawariwore. Ber kose ok ber? Kao kamano mane ote maago Migori urwa.
Nimwalike kiongozi wa chama cha DAPK, Honorable Eugene Wamalwa. Karibu sana.
Thank you. Nyasaye ber, seche duto, erokamano. Familia ya Jaramogi ikiongozwa na our big brother Senator Dr. Oburu Oginga, Mama Aida na waombolezaji wote ambao wamefika. Tuko hapa kuleta rambirambi zetu kwa familia ya Odinga. Kwa familia ya Jaramogi ni juzi tumekuwa na pigo kubwa sana kupoteza the Doyen himself, the enigma Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Kazi yenu hayajakauka tena, umepata pigo lingine kupoteza Berly, msichana wa Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Tukasema hatutawacha familia ya Odinga msisimame peke yenu, na leo tumekuja hapa kama marafiki wa hii familia kusema poleni na pole sana. Familia wa Malwa na familia Odinga tumekuwa marafiki kwa muda. Odinga aliongoza familia ya Jaramogi kuja kwetu hadi kule Kitale. Walikuja na ndume nyingi sana, wakatupanguza machozi. That was 2003 when we lost Mike. 2006 wakati tunasherehekea mwaka mpya, tukapata pigo lingine kupoteza ndugu yetu Majani wa Malwa. Nakumbuka ilikuwa tarehe 2, tukaongea na Mheshimiwa Raila, akasema niko nyumbani na familia, we're celebrating the new year, but I'm coming to Kitale. Raila alitoka hapa Bondo akaja hadi Kitale kulia na sisi. When we lost Yvonne Nambia wa Malwa, Raila came again. Ndio sababu nilisema siwezi kaa kule na familia ya Jaramogi na omboleza nikose kufika hapa. Naleta salamu na rambirambi za familia yote. Poleni sana. Kwa niaba ya chama cha DAP Kenya, DAP tumekuwa partners wa leader wa ODM, my big brother Oburu Odinga. Tunasema pole, na tumekuja na rafiki mkubwa sana wa Raila Odinga, Mheshimiwa Daktari Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. We are here on behalf of the United Opposition of Kenya to stand with the Jaramogi family na kusema poleni sana kwa msiba huu. Vile vile, we wish you well, our big brother Oburu. Leading the biggest party in Kenya, ODM, there is a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. Sisi ujue ya kwamba kule ambako tuko as United Opposition, we are friends of ODM, we are friends of Baba. Ujue ya kwamba kule uko na marafiki wapya. Waswahili wanasema you can count on Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, you can count on Wamalwa. Tuko pamoja. Nasema asanteni, poleni, na yale ambayo umeguzia juzi. We heard you speak about the NADCO report. 3 of us are here who are members of NADCO, Opiyo Wandayi, Kalonzo Musyoka and I. Kuna yale ambayo tulitaka kwa NADCO hayakukamilika. Cost of living, some of us did not sign the report. Lakini kuna yale baba alipigania sana. Haswa haki, justice for the victims. Vijana wetu wa Azimio waliowawa kwa maandamano ya Azimio ya 2023. Vijana wetu Gen Z waliowawa kwa maandamano ya 2024 finance bill. Over 200 youth, many of them from Nyanza, lost their lives, Nairobi na kwingineko. Tunakuunga mkono Mheshimiwa Oburu ukisema ya kwamba the NADCO report na haswa justice for the victims iweze kutendeka. Mahakama yametupilia mbali mambo ya ile kamati ya Profesa Makao Mutua. Na sisi tulisema na Kalonzo, let us follow the constitution and allow the institutions to work, including the Kenya National Human Rights Commission. Nyakango.
Asante sana Eugene. We appreciate your condolences. Now it is my privilege and honor to invite for the Wiper Party. Karibu.
Thank you. The family of Sister Berly, fellow mourners, and the church, watu wa Siaya, wa Kenya wenzangu. Thank you. Jethuro Unti. Thank you. Nilifunza hayo na Mawadhe, mjumbe wa kule Mbakashi. Sasa kuna shida. Tumekuja hapa kwa sababu roho zetu zina uzito mkubwa kwamba siku tu 40 baada ya kumwaga ndugu yetu Raila Odinga tuko hapa. Uzito huo unasikika sio tu na jamii hii ambayo inaongozwa na ndugu yetu mkubwa Senator Oburu, kiongozi vile vile wa ODM. Historia yangu na familia hii ilianza hata kabla ya kujuana na Raila, kwa sababu huyo dada amelala hapa Berly, alikuwa kwa darasa moja na mimi katika chuo kikuu cha Nairobi. Ingawaje niliona alizaliwa March na mimi kazaliwa December, kwa hivyo correct age mates. Lakini tuliona kwamba style yake pale kwa law school ilionyesha kwamba kuna malezi mbora sana, kwa sababu ya kuonyesha kwamba yeye ni msichana wa Jaramogi. Hatukujua hiyo. Mimi tulimaliza hicho kipindi bila kujua Berly is actually the daughter of the vice president. She was at ease with us. Na pia imejulikana she loved dancing. My sister, Dr. Sally Kosgei, who is in this audience, was a dancing mate. We have heard that. Even when they met later in Zimbabwe. Huyu dada alikuwa mshupavu. But you know, Senator Kajwang, was it you who challenged us? Where were we? Do you think the likes of Kalonzo had any chance when it came to having a date or something with the vice president's daughter? At the end of it, after all we have heard from our sister, kwa hivyo mimi had no chance and I never even tried. But we thank God that we were able to serve together. And this sister has served the African continent. Ukiangalia hata kulikuwa na picha akiwa na president wa Zimbabwe. Our sister went on to specialize in urban planning. And I know that Berly's conviction was we should come up with cities that are world class. And never mind some of our colleagues talk about making Kenya, Singapore, whatever. We have to begin with getting things right, to get the city of Kisumu, the city of Nairobi, city of Nakuru, city of Eldoret, the city of Mombasa. Kwa hivyo mambo haya dada yetu huyu, mimi ndio peke yangu ambaye sio wa familia nilikubaliwa nikaandika my condolences and reflecting on who Berly Achieng Odinga was. Very quiet, very purposeful, very, very powerful in our thinking and in our demeanor. And I knew all the time, miaka hii yote ndugu yangu Raila na mimi tumeteseka na uongozi mbaya. Kumbukeni hiyo. Yote hiyo, including kuibiwa kura, tunakimbia kujificha huku kuvichakani South Africa, tukiamini kwamba ndugu yangu Raila atakuwa angalau rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Na mambo haya sitaki niyaongee leo kwa sababu tumeambiwa kwamba tuangazie haswa kitendo ambacho kimetuletea hapa. Lakini hivi karibuni mimi nitazungumza juu ya Kalonzo na Raila Odinga. Nitazungumza ili kwamba niongee initoke. Si namna hiyo? Nitaiongea initoke. Kwa sababu through the efforts of my brother Raila Odinga, I say the era of political assassination. Hapa imekuwa hapa kwamba our sister was actually working with us after the killing of JM. You and me, we have to rise up and do something. Our brother Jim Orengo was our hero. He had actually moved on to the Kenya School of Law. And we held as university students, the government of the time. We held them to account. So, ndugu yangu Raila akilala, anajua kwamba amewacha ndugu zake ambao hatakubali Kenya iingie katika siasa za shutuma na uharibifu na kutokuwa na hali ya demokrasia. Huyu ndugu huyu George Opio Wandai, tulikuwa na yeye katika NADCO. Our brother Eugene, I think had your reason not to sign. I was just talking to Wandai. He didn't sign the final report of NADCO. But one of the things we say, kwamba wale watoto waliuawa in 2023, over 73 of them. Wengine tuliwazika hapa Siaya, wengine upande wa Machakos na kwingineko. Hata kabla ya agency in 2024, ni lazima watoto hawa walipwe ridhaa. And you know, Mheshimiwa Wandai, my cabinet friend, you know that I'm waiting to see justice done. Because Raila na mimi karibu tuwawe na Mother Karua in 2023. And our people died So we cannot, and I knew that that was in the DNA of our sister, Berly. So tusije tukakumbatia vitu ambavyo vitakuja kudhulumu the values. I think is one of the DM and the Wiper Patriotic Front. As we speak here, Kajwang, the reason you are who we are in the Senate, and you have Senator Ambui being deputy to Junet. Junet used to be the whip. Because we are living the spirit of the values that this opposition movement meant to correct the governance structure of this country. Our brother, Daktari Oburu, you know, the other day I claimed that I have a little authority over your spiritual organization, that I'm a bit of your godfather. Because when you are celebrating your birthday, I came here and we spoke openly. Mama Ida, brother Raila, our sister here, how I wish, and Kajwang, you really you moved my heart when you said you had hoped that in the years past would have come here to celebrate differently. What a celebration to have seen Raila Odinga being sworn in as the President of the Republic of Kenya. But what happened? Wenzangu, nikamilishe. What happened? Tutaulizana maswali haya. I said myself, General Ogola was taken out. Going to have to interrogate every circumstance so that as men and women, brothers and sisters in Luo Nyanza, in every part of the country, we will be led by the Raila vision. Never betray what our brother Raila stood for. And therefore, that is my mission to you, Ndugu. As you do your broad-based arrangements, we have no problem. Raila left you at that. But also Raila said, up to 2027, fine. Up to that time, tutaongea hayo mengine Kajwang. And I will tell you, because 15 years with brother Raila Odinga was not just a joke. It was a very deep relationship. A relationship anchored on the democratic values of our country and the future we wanted to bequeath to our young citizens, including our agencies. Therefore, sio jambo la msaha tuone kamba tunaweza tu hivi to rearrange namna hii bila kuulizana, wewe uliua watu wangapi, knock out nani, kwa nini ukaumiza jamii? And I will be there for you, my brother and this family. Allow me to pronounce that the ministry of presence. I didn't know how to mourn my brother Raila. I had to come. And now my sister Berly. I hope you don't mind us keep on coming. Our sister Ida will keep on coming because we feel we are part of this family. The values that hold us together are so deep that they cannot be wished away. They cannot be negotiated away. They are important. May the good Lord rest the soul of our sister Berly in eternal peace. Erokamano enya.
Asante sana Stephen kwa hayo ambao umesema. Sasa niombe ruhusa nimwalike mwenyekiti wa chama cha ODM Gladys Wanga Nyasura.
Asanteni sana. To the church, the Anglican Church, the head of the Jaramogi family, and my party leader, Dr. Oburu Oginga, Her Excellency, Canon, Dr. Ida, entire Jaramogi family, the party leadership of ODM, His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka, a leader of the Wiper Democratic Front, fellow leaders and fellow mourners, God is good, and all the time. Na kwa niaba ya familia yangu, na kwa niaba ya kaunti nzima ya Homa Bay, na kwa niaba ya chama kikubwa zaidi South of Sahara and North of River Limpopo, chama cha ODM. kama mwenyekiti wa kitaifa kuleta pole zangu kwa familia ya Jaramogi. Tunayemsindikisha hapa leo is a woman of many fasts and a strong leader in her own right. As was said here earlier, Zimbabwe, it is no mean feat. The positions that she held in Zimbabwe and back in Kenya, no mean feat. She truly demonstrated that women can lead. Say this of Dr. Oburu Oginga. That is when she came out, Baba called her Onzo, Your Excellency. And she spoke to her own career as a lawyer. And I saw that the other day, a list was issued of senior counsels. And because of her achievement, I wondered for her to all and the fast that she hit. And even now, it's not too late. She could even be conferred posthumously the title of senior. There are many people here from the party and I'd like to recognize them. ODM is a national party, ni chama cha kitaifa na tuko na watu wametoka kila mahali. Tuko na Dickson Manyara, chairman wetu wa county ya Nyandarua. Mahali popote ambapo uko tafadhali uamke. Umu County. Tuko na Zebedi, chairman wetu wa Vihiga County. Tuko na Jojo Kanda, chairman wetu wa hapa Siaya. Tuko na Jojo Mwera Aladwa, chairman wetu wa Nairobi County. Hao ni wenyekiti wa chama na ninewatambue officials wetu wa chama kutoka katika grassroots. Our officials from polling centers to wards to constituencies to counties. Tafadhali msimame tu mpunge mkono hewani tafadhali. Asanteni sana. Officials wa chama, nimeona Ogeto, nimeona our budget chair pale, Odalo, nimeona our speaker of Nairobi, Keta pia ako pale, huyo ni official wa chama. Tuko na wengi sana ambao ni officials wa chama. Na mimi niseme nikimalizia kwa sababu leo si siku ya siasa, ni siku ya kuomboleza. Baba yetu Raila Amolo Odinga, ile ambayo alituachia kama hii NM ambayo haina ubaguzi, imetoka kutoka huko Vanga Kwale mpaka Todonyang huko Turkana, kutoka Tana River mpaka tufike Nyatike Wothorumo. Na mimi himizo langu, sisi kama wanachama wa ODM, ile shukrani kubwa ambayo tunaweza mpea baba ni kushikilia chama. Na chama si officials wa juu. Chama ni watu wa mashinani. Chama ni mashinani kule chini zaidi. Tushikilie chama mashinani na si hapa juu. Viongozi wetu wote tumpigie baba asante kwa kushikilia chama na si hapa juu mashinani. Na mimi niko na hakika ikifika mwaka wa 27 sisi kama chama tutaendelea kuwa chama kikubwa zaidi South of Sahara and North of River Limpopo, kwa kushikana kwa viongozi wetu chini wa uongozi wa party leader wetu. Jothurwa Jakom nowe wagigik mokariyo kako ganda. Owe wagiriuruok kwa kako ganda. Kikpo ni watug giriuruok kwa kako ganda. Wan gi ker iluonge ni Ker Odungi Randa. Mano e ker mar oganda. Mane ma wan bang'e, mane maluwaluo bang'e. No wewa gi chama mar ODM. Ji mang'eny ne paro wacho ni chama ni ka Jakom koro onge ni chama koro orumo. Adwa ng'iso uni yiero manye watimo sani ni Nyu neno kachamo yudo kombe Magarini, oyudo kombe Ugunja ka, oyudo kombe Kasipul, oyudo kombe kamora more Kenya. Tiende ni chamo tegno, chama tek, chama dwaro mana riwruok marwa kaka oganda. Mane wach mana ngo nikech kawuono kod odiechieng' mar siasa. Wabeduru kwa riwore, wabeduru kwa makore, kendo kik wayie gimoro amora manyalo pogowa kaka oganda. Nyasaye mad gwedhu, Nyasaye mad ritu, Nyasaye mad umu. Min piny kawako Berly wagoni erokamano maduong'. Kik iol, med makowa, med mako mine gi te nikech wan te kaka jotelo mamine ine mise mako badwa kwa wuotho. Ago erokamano maduong' kuom thuolo mwayudo masani mondo wabi wakow Berly. An gi yote mar mos mar apology mar Mheshimiwa Rosa Buyu no dhie tich mar bunge ok no nyal chopo kawuono. Nyasaye ogwedhu, Nyasaye oritu, kendo Nyasaye oumu ndalo te.
I'm hoping that the church, the Catholic Church, we are so grateful for your patience, and we respect you. Sasa kwa nafasi inayofuata, wacha nimwalike Deputy Party Leader wa chama cha ODM na pia ni gavana wa Mombasa, Abdulswamad Nasser. Karibu, karibu, karibu.
Haya, mimi kwa niaba yangu, niaba ya familia, niaba ya watu wa Mombasa, kuweza kuchukua fursa kwanza kupea salamu za pole na ramberambe kwa kila mmoja ambaye kwamba huu msiba unamhusu. Tumefika hapa, niko na salamu za baadhi ya viongozi ambao hawakuweza kufika. Niko na salamu kutoka kwa ndugu Waziri Hassan Ali Joho ambaye kwamba yuko nje. Salamu za Mheshimiwa Mishi, Mheshimiwa Omar Mwinyi na Machele, na pia vile vile Mheshimiwa Zamzam ambao wako katika safari. Wabunge wengi wako nje, tungelikuwa tuko na wao. Ile safari tumekuja nayo kwa familia ili waweze kujua. Tumekuja na Mheshimiwa Bezimba, Mheshimiwa Badi, tumekuja na Council of Elder Chair wetu Obara Kings, tumekuja na Mama Ndege ambaye kwamba ni mama nilipatiwa na baba mkononi na ni advisor wetu na yuko katika council, Luo Council as well. Na pia nimekuja na Mheshimiwa Saido ambaye kwamba ni mtarajiwa wetu katika eneo la Nyali. Tumekuja na wale ambao kwamba ni County Coordinating Committee ya chama ODM. Tuko na Hamza, Youth Leader, tuko na Geoffrey, pia vile vile ambaye, yes, he is the Secretary General of the party. Sasa mimi nitakuwa ni mfupi wa maneno. Kwanza nilikuwa nifike hapa pale mapema zaidi. Mama, niko na shida moja, nikiongea Kiswahili naambiwa ya kuwa Kiswahili yangu inachenga watu kidogo hapa. Sasa sijui niongee Kiingereza ama Kijaluo. Mama, I was meant to have come earlier here. The reason why I was unable to come back after Baba's burial we had been given 2 assignments that I had to fulfill. The first assignment was to complete the ODM at 20 celebrations, which ended up being equally Baba at 80 in Mombasa. Na nipeane congratulations kwa wote waliofika. And then to the family, one of the other reasons hatukuweza kufika mapema. Tulipatiwa assignment ya kuhakikisha hizi by elections tumezishinda. And I am glad I gave a promise wakati tunazika baba, and we have delivered that promise. Magarini ni ODM, Kasipul ni ODM, Ugunja ni ODM. Mimi najua, I know, there are many who wish for us to be able to scatter and die. Ni wengi wanatamani sana 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 ati ya kwa hii chama iweze kusambaratika. The party of ODM is not an individual. The party of ODM was built by Raila Amolo Odinga to be an institution. You can try and steal an individual, you can try and kill an individual, you can try and suppress an individual, but you can never ever be able to try and suppress and kill a whole institution called ODM. Nataka kuambia wanachama na wana wa ODM, I want to state this very clearly. Our value is in our unity. Our value is in our strength. Our value is the fact that we are democratic enough to speak with each other, but not necessarily at each other. The value of ODM and the strength of ODM can only be appreciated if we remain who we are today. Chama ya ODM will not, and under the able leadership of Daktari Oburu Odinga, we are sailing our way to 2027. I want to comment on 2 issues that were mentioned here. Mambo mawili. Nilimsikia ndugu Omalo amesema ya kuwa ODM is the largest party. I was hoping he will also say that I want to join the largest party to kuambia karibu ODM, but we appreciate, as democratic as we are, we appreciate every other voice that will be there. And I acknowledge the comments and the sentiments of a gentleman who even came and campaigned for me in Mombasa, Daktari Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, where he said that Baba left us in broad-based, and what is going to happen after 2027 is something that we will be able to discuss. I want to give a history for those who have been in this journey. There was once upon a time when there was a conversation of CORD. Then the conversation came of NAC, then NASA, then NAC and Azimio. And in all those conversations, the genesis and the fact remains, any political party is formed not to stay in the opposition. Raila Amolo Odinga was not born to necessarily say that he has to be in the opposition. He carved a way out for us to be able to lead. In his own words, I might not get there with you, but when you stay united, you will be able to get there. And I won't mince my words when I say this. Come 2027, 2 things will happen. We will not be in the opposition anymore. Tear gas was not born for the people of ODM alone. we will stay with the principles of what we were taught by, that put the country first before anything else. Avoid those who will be able to speak on languages of dividing these countries on tribal lines, on regional basis. The strength of a person depends on his character and not necessarily the mother tongue in which he is able to speak in. If I start talking about the virtues of what I was taught and every other person was taught by the Academy of ODM, we know where we're going. And come 2027, two things are there. We are either going to be in government or we are going to be forming government or we are going to be part of government, and it is nothing new. Hakuna kitu ambao kwamba ni mpya hapo. Mambo ni mawili. Ikifika mwaka 2027, my intention is to be able to deliver on the lessons that I have been able to learn from my party leader, Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, and from the academy called ODM. I want to be able to implement what I was taught on the art of leadership and not the art of being in the opposition. I want to be able to deliver the people of Mombasa the same way Orengo wishes to be able to deliver the people of Siaya, the same way Gladys wishes to be able to deliver the people of Homa Bay. Two things will be able to happen. We are either going to be forming government or we are going to be able to be part of government. And the journey that we will be able to walk with is like-minded people. We will remember those who are with us. We will remember. And in the words of a son of a soil of right here, Kajwang, loyalty. Should I be able to continue? Fidelity, not to an individual, but to the party ODM. Kwa hayo mengi, mimi kuchukua fursa, Mama, once again, my apologies, I was unable to come back to Bondo, but I had been given an assignment by Baba, and I am glad and honored to say that I delivered on that assignment, and we are and we will continue staying together with the family of Odinga and with the people of ODM in general. Asanteni sana na Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki.
Koro Yenauru, with humility and privilege, to call upon Min Ping, Dr. Ida Betty Odinga.
Wow. Wow, thank you. It'll come on. God is good. And all the time. Doge Nyasaye ber. Tusechete. Erokamano. Now, let me start by introducing the two ladies with me here. Vane. Wachak Gibankon on the left. Huh? On the left is called Yvonne Odinga. Yvonne is Junior's wife. You want to say something? Okay. Oh, actually, no. On the right is maybe no, you need no introduction. On the right is our last born, Winnie Imgad Odinga. You want to say something? Sure. Now, oh, whoa. Okay. Then I'll talk after her. Okay, Winnie. By consensus. You want to sit down? Mom, you want to sit down? No, just talk.
Okay. Nyasaye seche duto. Okay. Today please, those things scare me, son. Today I wanted to speak about my Auntie Berly. I want to tell you two stories, very quick stories. The first time I met my Auntie Berly, by the way, we're not speaking English because of whatever. We're speaking because she used to demand us to speak in English. And I think you heard my cousin speak, so you know it's not just me, it's all of us. We all speak like this. She came from Zimbabwe at night. I didn't know who this woman was. She picked me up and she said, you look just like me. And if you look in that front program, or if you look at the cheeks here, you'll see we look just alike. So I call her my twin. The last time I saw her was a week before we went to India. She came home to see Baba. And she was sitting in one sitting room, Baba was sitting in another sitting room. He was meeting some people. So when he finished, he told me to go call her. When I went to call her, she said she was not moving so well, if he could kindly come. So I went and asked him. And he said, even him is feeling sick, he's not going, I go tell her to come. So I went back, and she said, no, tell him that he must come here. And I went back and forth like that. In the end, when I was taking her, he came halfway, and he took her, and where I thought they were fighting, he started laughing with her. So don't worry about the two of them now. Wherever they are laughing. In fact, Baba is saying, why did you make me wait here so long? You should have followed me faster. I know Baba wants to show her people like some of the heroes from the past. Junior earlier spoke about our family here. And everybody knows our family goes till Wanga, 13 generations. But Baba and I studied it further to somebody called Jock the First in a place called Raila'S in South Sudan. You know the line of Wanga. Wanga had Nyibinya. Nyibinya had Matar. Matar had Ogola. Ogola had Wenwa. Wenwa had Omido. Omido had Wenwa. Wenwa, this other Wenwa had Rapodo Odinga. And finally, you get Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. And you know the rest. Uwinjo wachno. Nitie joma paro ni nikech pod watin wakia wach. Wang'eyo wach. Nyithindo gi ging'eyo wach. What we're looking for is space and direction. And when we're talking about unity, unity means you allow people, even those you don't like. So, Mom, I'm borrowing your time. But I want a friend of mine to just wave where he is. Because he's part of us. That's my friend Babu Owino over there. Asante sana.
Okay, thank you so much. It's okay. Thank you so much. At least I've given them an opportunity to talk, and Winnie has said her bit. Winnie, as you know, is the last born, and of course the youngest in Raila'S womb. Now, I'll ride on the protocol that is already established. I want to thank all of you for coming here. I want to thank the leaders that we see here. Now, when we come to a time like this, when we are mourning, everybody who came here came because they love us, and that is why they are here. Otherwise, I know there are some people who love us who are not here, but they send their condolences, and they're praying for us wherever they are. We thank them also. There's nobody who came here who we call an enemy. They are all friends, and very good friends. The other time when I was talking in Nairobi, I told you in politics there are no enemies. Don't be cheated that because so and so don't like this person, therefore I should not like him because he's an enemy. There are no enemies. Because those people you think are on the wrong side, check these leaders. Tomorrow you'll find them hugging and talking together. So if you hold them as enemies, you'll be lost. So thank you so much for that. Now to the church, thank you for being here. Thank you for conducting. I know you're going to conduct this service. We can't take you for granted. I know we have many friends whom I cannot mention. I know we have many relatives who I cannot mention them by name, but we are one thing, and thank you. Now, let me say something about my sister-in-law, Berly. It is not easy to talk about Berly. I first met Berly when I was at the University of Nairobi. Berly came in when I was doing my third year. She was a pretty girl. She was eloquent, full of life. Everything goes for Berly. But then, Berly also happened to have been Raila'S sister. By then, we were not married with Raila. And she was friendly to everybody and very generous. I'll tell you one thing that she did in her generosity. We were then living at the box, that is the women's halls of residence. And she used to come to my room to talk to me, and Berly had a battalion of friends, so many that we could not keep pace. And one funny thing that Berly did at that time, one time there was a wedding in town, famous wedding. I'll not tell you who, but it was a wedding. Yeah? And everybody had to go to that wedding. I also went to wedding. But as we were at the wedding, in the evening there was dancing. And she was a good dancer too, you've been told. And I saw somebody wearing a dress just like mine, exactly like mine. And I was wondering, this dress looks like mine. But I made this dress. Those times we used to stitch our own clothes sometimes. In the end, when we went back, I told her, Achieng, I saw somebody, and I think that was your friend, wearing a dress like mine. And she said, you know, she didn't have something nice to wear. So I went to your wardrobe, took your dress and gave her. And that's what she was wearing. She was so generous that, and so free with her friends. That was Berly. Later on, as we continue to live together, Berly was a loving person. I remember when I first had Fidel, Berly would always come and hold the baby. And what she used to like to do is to smell Fidel's mouth and say, the mouth is smelling of milk. And I said, of course, that's what he takes. So that was Berly. She loved all these children and generous. When she finally moved to Zimbabwe, every time Berly came home, we knew there were a lot of goodies for the children in that home. So she was a wonderful person, a very loving person. To make the long story short, towards the end, when Beryl had come back from Zimbabwe and was working in town, and Beryl fell sick. I one time went to see her in hostel. She could not talk. She had all these gadgets. And I was very disappointed. And there I found Taurai and Ami. Those are the children. When I went back, I told Raila, don't go and see Beryl now. She's okay. Because I didn't want Raila to see Beryl in that condition. I knew it would kill him because they were very close. When Raila went to India, and of course you know what happened, he passed away there. I told the family once again, don't tell Beryl that Raila has passed on. I don't know whether they kept that promise. Each one of them, I don't know whether you kept that promise. Personally, I didn't want to go and see her because I knew I would not stand the pain. But somehow, somebody must have revealed the secret to her. And here we are today. We are sending Beryl to go and be with her maker. Soon after, we had just sent Raila. I had not had time I was still mourning Raila. Now, mourning Beryl. I think with your dingas, I don't know, but you know how we feel. So when people are urging us to do certain things, please leave us alone. Leave us for a little while. Because what has just happened to us is very painful. I know the world must continue, and I know work must continue. In our family, the Odinga family, the head of the family is Dr. Oburu Odinga. Apart from the family, there's ODM, and the people of ODM have spoken. The people of ODM have spoken here. The party leader of ODM is Dr. Oburu Odinga. So those writing in the stories in Facebook, party leader until is Dr. Oburu Odinga. And please, let us keep it like that. Let us keep it like that for the time being. To the many friends of the family, thank you very much for being here. Jodalawa, I'm very disappointed. Can I knock a young people go koko? Please, such a moko benetero rumors. The best thing that you young people can do, there's going to be elections in 2027. Make sure you have an identity card. If you don't have an identity card, go and register and have an identity card. Secondly, register as a voter. And that will make your work so easy. You'll not even run after anybody. If you have an identity card and a voting card, you simply go to the station and choose a leader that you want. Isn't it? There's no need of pushing and pulling when leaders are coming here to show us that they are popular. Leaders are popular. We know that. Don't make a lot of noise to show us that. Ya onyifindwa terie urumos wahero But not only that, you are our future. So we want you to be people of good conduct, people who understand what's going on, and good people to lead us in the future. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all.
Erokamano ahinya min piny. An bende akwayo party leader gi jotendwa mag party gi family mar Jokogingo Odinga ne abende awache matin kabisa. Awach koso ke awache. An mokwongo adwa wacho ni ang'era gi family ma Jokodinga kana somo mbira ng'ama no introduce a family ma Jokoginga nen ngire agola mano wasomo go mano tera nyaka odgi kama ne gidake Kisumo chieng' manadhi kanyo tayudo kata Ramogi Achieng oneko. Ndalo chane wan jo klas 6 tagola ne ber ahinya e gimiluongo ni pole vault. To agola emomiyo nang'eyo Berly konyisa jo odgi owetene nang'e gigi mabor to nonyisagi nyaka ka Jaramogi obiro ambira o introduce kuom wuon gi Jaramogi Oginga Odinga maromo gi Jaramogi e Kisumo. To koro Berly aduogo ang'era go maber ka ani University of Nairobi. Wachnu kae ji paro ne norengo nobedo malit kudho mana nyocha. Ndalo cham na lit kudho. Ndalo cham na lich. Maka wacho gimoro to Nairobi comes to a standstill. To Berly gimomiyo an anyalo loso kuome nikech, like Alonzo said, I can confidently say that Berly was a quiet politician but with very deep conviction. And I want to tell you that when I was forced to go to exile, and when I was in exile, I had many names. Kana di Uganda nilunga Nigenga, kana di Tanzania nilunga Mohammed Salim, kana di Zimbabwe Zimbabwe niginying mo pogre nilunga na Witness. To gimono tera Zimbabwe madwa wacho mondo jowinj ma ler kae gimono tera Zimbabwe noyudo ka ochuka giri omaki otwe Tanzania to kot noseweyogi to jo Tanzania nowacho ni ok nyal wegi gidwar kuonde ma ginyalo dakie pinje moko to ok Tanzania. Koro Tanzania man nan kata gi passport ma Mohammed Salim awuogo kadhi Zimbabwe nadhi od osiepna moro mane tiyo in the airline business. Koro atemo yudo yo manigolo go chuka giri Tanzania mondo gidhi pinje moko mopogre. Tema romo gi Berly. Ema romo gi Berly in Harare. Ai bange kara nyamami ne obiro ne en Zimbabwe. Ma nyamami be nyalo wacho kaka ne wan Zimbabwe. So I want to say something about the Odinga family. And I can say it other than the members of the family. Ana nyalo wache with the deepest conviction. Joka Jaramogi gi they have continued to be an institution, to be a family that we look upon, because they had a vision of always fighting for the downtrodden, for the poor, for the oppressed. And that is the context in which I met Berly in Zimbabwe. That even in Zimbabwe, in another country, within the ZAPU-PF, that is the ruling party in Zimbabwe, she was aligned to the progressive wing of the party. The progressive wing of the party. And she introduced me to Edgar Tekere, who was Secretary General of the ZANU-PF. She introduced me to the Minister for Interior, somebody called Achieng, and to the Minister for Justice, called Bwana Zobo. And I was looking for status in Zimbabwe. Minister Achieng told me, I can give you status in Zimbabwe, but only if you do me a paper. And the title of that paper is The Death of Ideology in Zimbabwe. They were going through a critical phase in their national politics. And I wrote that paper. It even appeared in the major newspaper in Zimbabwe. And for that very paper that I wrote, I was able to get status in Zimbabwe. What am I trying to say? Ana hero wacha dieri. Kama ji obetie, kata kaji winyo matek, to eura ya maga ibenda wacha. Wawach ga wacha. To bende kanga to otamre winyo mawacho ge. Kata ko to ayany to kobada. Ayany oksinda nindo kidhako. ODM is the biggest party in this part of the world, the party called ODM. Akwau, jowadwa, nikech gigi waseneno gi. Waseneno ka jowalal, ouko giri, agwengi giri, mboya giri. Waseneno sirikande mwase betie. Nyaka Jaramogi was a vice president. Mboya was the brightest minister in the first government formed in this nation. So we have been in government before. And if you want to be in government, it will not be the first time. So what I am pleading with everybody, let us stand for what is right. Let us stand for what is right. Inegagi manye tagwa nyoro is political indiscipline. Nikech ka wapogre tije. Ndalo Kibaki madwanga written agreement the Grand Coalition government. Jomaneni civil service had their space. To sani, iraga ngaruka ukani kechkoro tingo office moro en go malo kucha. To dwa nyora ji piny kae to uye ni nyora ji. We have to say no. We have to say no. Ni jayada kata kini giguogi ni moko, so they have no right of entry into my home. My Anapuda Amedo Kwayo and the party called ODM. I am pleading with you. I am pleading with you that one, let us not be ahead of the people. Let us walk with the people all the time. Let us listen to what the people are saying. Let us listen to them. And then we'll determine the direction where we are going. Tomogik, Genzi munanogi, Karababu ino minano. Seche moko aneno babu wino kama entie tidiya diya. I want us also to listen to the young people in this country. They are the part of the future. Akwayu. Ndano moganyo chawacho wajma demonstration ti yanyago. Nyoro ka gimoro wuok ngato dwaro gwindre gi wanyang'aya to keto ji demonstrate. Ta an mini kwero demonstration orengo no luonge. Ano ka luonge. Ta ana wacho ni piny ma Kenya, so long as we are free and a democratic nation, if you play with my rights, I'll not take it on my knees. I'll respond accordingly, because that's the right of the Constitution that the Constitution gives us. Koro oganda maluo wauru luoro. Luoro moro donjo kuom wakae maonge tiende. Akwau wauru luoro. Kawadwaro gimoro kata kwa loso gi sirikal. We talk as of right. Not nikech no gwelwa. Oko gwelwa. Kendo kwa dhi kanyo. We must have our own demands clear, stated clearly. Mawinjore. Abia an wawe kanyo. Kawacha mang'eny mokalo kanyo. Jibo lwaro kode radio no rengo. Orengo. Pile ka pile no rengo. Ta no rengo mawacho ni I was an advisor to Jaramogi. I was an advisor to Raila. And I've seen all these governments. So for ODM, let us listen to what Nyerere said. Tanzania inataka mabadiliko. Na kama Watanzania hawakubali, kama Watanzania hawezi kupata mabadiliko ndani ya CCM, wataipata nje ya CCM. So we must make ODM the party of the people, by the people, for the people. Awacho kutoka wacho. Jawi. Nyako ni naja siasa moya gone Joey. Wagoye Joey keno motegno. Jawi. Koro giluoro te akwayo party leader marwa. Gen Z marwa. Dr. Oburu Oginga, karibu sana.
Tuketi. Tukae. Asante. Your Excellencies, the governors who are here, our brother Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa, and our party leaders who are here, Nyawang'aya, the chair of the party, and deputy party leaders, Ososi, and the governor, my friend and supporter and deputy leader of Mombasa, the son of my friend, Nasir. Karibu sana wananchi wote ambao wamekuja hapa kuomboleza na sisi. We are mourning two great people within 1 month. I am mourning my brother, the late Raila Odinga, with whom I grew up as twins. The difference between me and Raila in age was only 1 year and 2 months. That is your age mate. This lady we are burying here, I babysitted her. I carried her on my laps when she was born. She was a very buoyant baby, and I always used to know when she wants to cry. When she wants to cry, she just stretches her legs a little, and the legs do something like a noise, pop, and she starts crying. Oh, ah, ah. And she grew up. She grew up under little privilege. My sister here, Wenwa, with whom they grew as twins, they grew up together. They were very lucky to see the vice presidency of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Me and Raila, we never experienced it. We were out of the country. So that is why they grew up in that privilege, and they were treating themselves a little bit as royals. Us, we grew up when Jaramogi was a businessman, but was working very hard to bring the community of the Luo together. He started what was called the Luo Union in 1952, and he also established a company in 1947 called Luo Thrift and Trading Corporation. He was teaching the Luos how to save and trade. You borrow, you save, you borrow, you trade, and you repay. That was Jaramogi's philosophy, that you had to grow by doing business. So Jaramogi was a businessman. Even though later he was crowned and given some other titles as communist, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga did not know anything about communism. He just went there and met some Chinese in Japan, and they went to China. And he found the communal way of the Chinese interesting because it was looking like the African way of living. That is extended African relationships. That is why he liked the way they were doing their business there, but he was never a communist. Jaramogi liked business. And you know, you don't trade if you are not capital, you don't have capital. So you have to have capital. And therefore you are called a capitalist. Now, I don't want to go into that. This, my sister here, was so kind, and you could see, if you saw the number of people who came here to sing the songs in that language of Zimbabwe, on the platform here, all those people were brought up by this lady you are seeing here. All those people were brought up by her. So she was a very, very great lady. She brought up so many members of our family, including my own son, Jaoko, who is not here today, was her baby. She took her from me when I was in Mombasa. She educated her up to Form 4. Then she took her to higher school, and then he came and we sent him to Canada to study. So that was Beryl's child. And unfortunately, he could not be here with us today. I don't want to talk a lot of other things today. I'm so grateful that Kalonzo, Beryl's classmate, was able to make it with Eugene Wamalwa. Wamalwas, our great friends, where they were together teaching. The late Wamalwa was teaching with Raila at the university, and they became friends. And it is Raila who proposed him to be the vice chair of the party of Jaramogi, the Ford Kenya. It's Raila who proposed him at the stadium. I was there. Though I was a civil servant, but I attended the elections. I attended the elections of Ford Kenya, and that day, nobody knew Wamalwa much, but Raila stood up and said, I know this man, he can be a good second vice to Paul Muite. So we have a long history with the Wamalwa family, and I don't want to speak politics today because this is not a platform for politics. For us as the Odingas, we are deeply hurt. We are deeply hurt, and we really will miss our sister, Berly. I don't want to say a lot, because if I start talking about Berly, I can say a lot. I've told you that I'm the one who maybe said her real names, some of you don't know. Her real names are Okumu. Okumu was a great friend of Jaramogi from Sakwa here, Wayende. He was called Okumuwon Wahanda. So Jaramogi used to call Achieng Handi, and that was in the name of one of Okumuwon Wahanda, and he used to call Okumu Handi. So Achieng was known as Handi. But then, as I conclude my speech, I want to call for unity of our party. I also want to say that there is no vacuum. Raila left a very big shoes, but I have been given that shoes. I'm sitting there. Honorable Sosi, don't say that you are going to sit down to arrange. What are you going to arrange again? I ask our people, please let us stand with our party ODM, and let us not accept to be divided in any case. Let us be united, let us be together, and I wish everybody who came here safe journey back to their places of where they came from, and I want to thank them sincerely for coming to mourn with us, to send off our sister, and I want to say asante, asante, asante sana. I'm not going to say more than that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Daktari. Niombe hivi. Our program, only part 1 is done. We have a church service that we are starting. May I request all of us to be seated, and please let us give the family room so that we can do our service. Choir, kindly start us off with a number as Father takes charge. Please, we are continuing with the service, and now let us give the church space. They have been kind to us. Let us return the favor. Wale mko hapa mbele, tafadhali tupeane nafasi. Tunataka kufanya ibada.